Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are we today? What I'm doing today is I am going to be unboxing a package I've been sent by a gentleman called David on the Bushcraft USA website. Now, he lives up in Scotland, and we got talking the other day, and he saw my video about the fire steel that I did the other day, and he said he was going to send me a nice Swedish fire steel. So when I got this parcel, you could understand my surprise, because it's a lot bigger than what I was expecting, especially since he said he was only going to send the Swedish fire steel. So what we'll do is we'll go through the box together, and we can find out what I've been given. So he sent everything in these Trangia bags. Now, these Trangia bags are ideal for carrying the Trangia fire stove kit. You just slip them in. It's a waterproof protection for them. Help prevents rust and what have you. So, without further ado, let's go through what I've been given. Once again, David, thank you very much for your generosity. There is a lot in here. And I have to say, I was not expecting anything beyond the fire steel. Actually, I'll just put that on the floor for now. Okay, so I've been given 3 spoons here. And looking at them, they're very nice. It's a teaspoon, soup spoon, and a dessert spoon by the looks of it. And looking at the grain, to me, it shows that it's bamboo. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to turn the light on for 1 second. I don't think it's bright enough down here, so let's do that for a second. That should make light much better. That's much better. Okay, so I've got bamboo wooden spoons. Now, David, thank you very much for those. I'll add those to my kit. I'll actually replace out the spoons that I've got, because I currently carry metal cutlery, and it's stainless steel. However, I rarely like the feel of metal, to say the least, when I'm eating. So, moving on. Next item, we have 2, like my Swedish fire steels. I was only expecting 1, I have to admit. Now, these are, for lack of a better word, probably one of the best on the market. The one I got upstairs was 50p, pre-used from an army surplus store, and I could see why the army surplus store had it for 50p, because you have to strike down incredibly hard to attain any sort of sparks in comparison to the ferro rod I've just been sent. I've used that before, but such is life. Everything's on a budget, and you know, being a disabled person, everything's got to be suitable for my needs, and the one upstairs just isn't. Next up, we have an Alphalite Spork. Sea to Summit is on the Spork, and it also got a little carabiner just here as well. That'll definitely go in my kit. I don't actually have a Spork, so it'll be part of my kit. I don't have a Spork, but they're infinitely useful as a spoon and a fork, as the name suggests. Next item, we have, I've got a 108 decibel whistle. It's a Life Systems safety whistle. Now, I won't be testing that on camera. I'll probably test that this afternoon. I'm going to a woodland later on. It's not too far from my house. It's predominantly large oaks, pines, and spruces near to where I am. So I'll be going there, and I'll test this out there. Hopefully there won't be any dog walkers. If there are, their dogs are probably going to go mad at the sound of that. Next up, we have Zippo flints and Zippo, I assume Zippo wicks. 1 second. Yeah, Zippo flints and 2 Zippo wicks. There's 6 flints in this package. and I've got 2 separate wicks. Now I do have a Zippo upstairs. I don't use it that often. I don't smoke, I have to be honest, and generally I'll only use it as a last resort if I can't get anything from my fire steel to light. As I say, it's a last resort, but that'll definitely go in my kit. I need to get my Zippo refilled actually, so I'll do that at some point. But well, I appreciate that, David. Thank you very much. It's a thought not many people have, thinking about replacing the wicks and the flints and what have you. And generally, Zippos are bulletproof and bomb-proof and never let you down. So that's a thought I hadn't thought about, I have to admit. Next up, it's a Fire Stash True Utility in your pocket keyring lighter that is waterproof. Now this box is actually pretty nice. This box, I'll probably use this box for storage of maybe, it's got a little bit of a crack in it, but that's no problem. I'll probably use this box for storage if I put like a little plastic bag in there. I'll probably use it for something like a bannock mix or a bread mix, or even dehydrated food I'd put in there. Let's get this lighter out of its little package. Now it's got a little clip. I don't know how well you can see that on there, but and it's got a little wick. Now I'm assuming it has some sort of fuel, so I'll give it a quick light up. There's probably no fuel in there, but it does definitely spark very nicely. So I'll go over this with some fuel at another point in time. I do have lighter fluid around, so that'll definitely get filled up and added to my kit. You can never have too many ways of lighting a fire. I have to say, fire is, as everybody knows, fire is important. It builds morale, and in an emergency situation, I'd rather have 3 ways to light a fire than 1. So, you know, with the fire steel, with the little emergency lighter, my Zippo, and I could probably more than likely do a friction fire as well. So 4 ways to light a fire is better than 1, and you're more guaranteed to get a fire that way. Next up, I have, there's actually 2 items in this one. Now this is a multi-tool, credit card sized multi-tool, the Jack of all trades survival tool. It's got a bottle opener, an ice scraper. Actually, let's get it out of its package. Let's see what it's about. So it says on here, this is it out of its package. Let's open it out. It's got its own nice little leather sheath for it. Now, it's actually quite nice. It's not, considering the size of it, it's got a little bit of a weight to it, but it's got quite a few little tools on it. It's stainless steel. I'll just pop that there for a second. And it has a can opener here, just there by my finger, underneath my finger. Number 2, a knife. Now that's actually pretty sharp. I've just nicked my finger on that. Number 3 is here, which is a slotted screwdriver. Number 4, which is along this back edge, is a ruler going 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeters. Number 5, it's this part here, this little gap here. It's a bottle opener. Number 6, hex wrench. Didn't think about using those before. Number 7, it's this slot here. Apparently that's an adjustable wrench. Not entirely sure how, but okay. Number 8, it says serration, but that's actually more than likely a little bit of a saw. Number 9, a direction helper. Now if you've got one of those little compasses, you can stick this in there, if it doesn't have like a north, south, east, west on it. And that's that little circular hole there. Number 10, this tiny little bit here, it's a wrench. And number 11, this little tiny hole here is a keyring hole. Very, very thoughtful gift, David. I'll add that into my wallet later on. My wallet, by the way, I always carry my wallet wherever I go. You never know when the use of emergency funds is going to be needed. Next up, tobacco tin. Now, some of this will probably go in here. David actually spoke to me the other day and we discussed about the tobacco tin. And I went out and picked one up from Poundland yesterday, of all things. Poundland, nearest one to me, is a good 15 miles away. So I went down to Poundland, made a trip, got that. Got a few other bits and pieces as well. Didn't just go 15 miles for a tobacco tin. But secondary tobacco tin is always helpful. As I've got 2 fire steels now, each one can have a fire steel, and I'll progress from there. I just want to say once again, thank you very much, David, for this. This has certainly made my Christmas. There is nothing else in there. You've been very, very generous, especially considering I was only expecting the fire steel. Once again, the gentleman I got this from, his name's David. David. He is on the Bushcraft USA website. I will post a link to the Bushcraft USA website below. It's a very good community. I've been on there for not too long now, but I've been on there long enough. And there is a challenge on there that I'm itching to get started, which is called the Hard Bushman, I believe. It's Hard Woodsman, Hard Bushman, something to that effect, where you prove your skills and you earn yourself a nice, I mean a very, very nice tab for your bag. And it certainly tests the skills. So it'll be one I'm very willing to do, especially considering my area, and if I can do it, anybody can. So, okay, thank you very much, David. I appreciate everything you've done for me on this. As and when I use them, I will obviously refer back to you and say about the generosity for all of this. Once, only expecting the fire steel. So once again, thank you very much. I can't thank you enough. And Merry Christmas, everybody.